We make decisions every day. Some are small and some are big. We make decisions at home, at work, and in our communities, but how do we make these decisions? Often we fall back on what we know. We use the methods we were taught or have seen before. Tradition feels comfortable, it feels safe, but the world is not what it used to be. The pace of change is accelerating. We are bombarded with information. The problems we face are more complex. The old ways of making decisions are no longer enough. We need new tools and frameworks. We must adapt to thrive in this new environment. Traditional decision-making often relies on hierarchy. A small group of people at the top make the calls. They hold the power. This approach can be slow and inflexible. Information gets stuck as it moves through layers. The world is changing faster than ever before. We need to be able to make decisions quickly and effectively. We need to be agile, we need to be adaptable, we need to be innovative. This is where the evolution of leadership decision-making comes in. We need to find new ways to make decisions that are fit for the future. The evolution of decision-making is not just about new tools and techniques. It is about a fundamental shift in mindset, moving from certainty to curiosity, embracing ambiguity and experimentation, creating a culture of trust and transparency. In the past, leaders had all the answers, to be decisive and unwavering, but today this is not possible. Leaders need to say, "I don't know," open to new ideas and perspectives. Create an environment safe to fail and learn. This new age is about collaboration, bringing together diverse perspectives, empowering teams to make decisions, not abandoning traditional decision-making. There is still a place for hierarchy. We need to find a balance, combining the best of the old and new. We need to be wise and agile, decisive and collaborative, leaders and learners. Traditional decision-making often relied on intuition and experience. In today's data-driven world, we have access to more information than ever before. Data allows us to move beyond our biases and make decisions based on facts. We need to be guided by our values and principles, not just by the numbers. Data is essential, but it doesn't tell the whole story. Traditional decision-making often overlooked the importance of stakeholder involvement. Decisions were made in a vacuum, without consulting the people who would be most affected by them. This approach often led to resistance and resentment. In today's interconnected world, we cannot afford to ignore the needs and perspectives of our stakeholders. Stakeholders can include employees, customers, suppliers, investors, community members, and even competitors. By involving stakeholders in the decision-making process, we can build consensus, foster trust, and create more sustainable solutions. Stakeholder involvement is not just about gathering feedback. It's about actively engaging stakeholders in a meaningful dialogue. It's about listening to their concerns, understanding their perspectives, and finding common ground. This approach can lead to more creative and innovative solutions. It can also help to mitigate risk by identifying potential problems early on. By bringing together diverse perspectives, we can make better decisions that benefit everyone involved. The future is uncertain. That's a given. Traditional decision-making often struggled to deal with uncertainty and risk. Decisions were often based on assumptions and predictions that turned out to be wrong. This could lead to costly mistakes and missed opportunities. In today's rapidly changing world, we need to be comfortable making decisions in the face of uncertainty. We need to be able to adapt to changing circumstances and to pivot quickly when necessary. Risk assessment is an essential part of modern decision-making. We need to identify potential risks, analyze their likelihood and impact, and develop strategies to mitigate them. But risk assessment shouldn't paralyze us. It should empower us to make bold decisions, knowing that we have considered the potential consequences. Instead of fearing uncertainty, we need to embrace it. We need to see it as an opportunity for innovation and growth. By embracing uncertainty, we can unlock new possibilities and create a better future. Modern decision frameworks prioritize collaboration. They recognize that no one person has all the answers. The best solutions often emerge from bringing together a diverse group of people with different perspectives and expertise. Collaborative decision-making is not about consensus. It's not about everyone agreeing on every single detail. It's about creating a space where everyone feels safe to share their ideas, challenge assumptions, and build on each other's thinking. This requires strong facilitation skills. Leaders need to be able to create an environment of trust and respect. They need to encourage healthy debate while keeping the team focused on the shared goal. The benefits of collaboration extend beyond the decision itself. When people feel heard and valued, they are more likely to be engaged and committed to the outcome. Collaborative decision-making fosters a sense of ownership and accountability, leading to better implementation and results. By harnessing the collective intelligence of the team, leaders can make better, more informed decisions. The world is changing faster than ever before. What worked yesterday might not work today. Modern decision frameworks emphasize agility and adaptability. They recognize the need to make decisions quickly and to adjust course as needed. Agile decision-making is not about being reckless or impulsive. It's about being responsive to change and being willing to experiment. It's about breaking down complex decisions into smaller, more manageable chunks. This allows teams to iterate quickly, gather feedback, and make adjustments along the way. This iterative approach helps to mitigate risk. By testing assumptions and gathering feedback early on, teams can avoid costly mistakes and ensure that they are on the right track. Agile decision-making requires a shift in mindset. It requires leaders to be comfortable with ambiguity and to embrace experimentation. It requires them to trust their teams and empower them to make decisions at the edge. Technology plays an increasingly important role in modern decision-making, from data analytics and visualization tools to collaboration platforms and artificial intelligence. Technology can help us to make faster, smarter, and more informed decisions. Data analytics tools can help us to make sense of vast amounts of data, identifying trends, patterns, and insights that would be impossible to spot with the naked eye. Visualization tools can help us to communicate these insights in a clear and compelling way, making it easier for stakeholders to understand the data and the decisions that are based on it. Collaboration platforms can help teams to work together more effectively, regardless of location. These platforms provide a central hub for sharing information, brainstorming ideas, and tracking progress. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is also starting to play a role in decision-making. AI-powered tools can help us to automate tasks, identify patterns, and make predictions. The evolution of leadership decision-making is an ongoing journey. As the world continues to change, so too will the challenges we face and the decisions we need to make. Leaders who embrace the principles of collaboration, agility, and data-driven decision-making will be best positioned to navigate the complexities of the future. The future of decision-making is likely to be even more data-driven, collaborative, and technology-enabled. We can expect to see even more sophisticated tools and techniques that help us to make better decisions faster. However, it's important to remember that technology is just a tool. The most important factor in decision-making will always be human judgment. Leaders need to develop their critical thinking skills, their ability to weigh different perspectives, and their ethical compass. The most effective leaders will be those who can combine the best of human judgment with the power of technology. By embracing the evolution of decision-making, we can create a better future for ourselves, our organizations, and the world. Knowing where to begin with modern decision-making can feel overwhelming. Thankfully, we have tools to guide us. These tools help us assess our current decision-making processes and identify areas for improvement. One such tool is the Decision Quality Matrix. This matrix helps us evaluate decisions based on 6 key elements: framing, gathering information, generating alternatives, evaluating alternatives, making a choice, and managing implementation. By using this matrix, we can identify weaknesses in our process and take steps to address them. Another valuable tool is the premortem. This technique, also known as prospective hindsight, involves imagining that a decision has failed and then working backward to identify potential causes of failure. By anticipating potential pitfalls, we can take steps to prevent them or to develop contingency plans. These assessment tools empower us to approach decision-making with greater awareness and foresight. They help us to move beyond intuition and gut feelings towards a more structured and analytical approach. Section 2. Teams as the engine. Implementation is where the rubber meets the road. It's where ideas turn into action. Traditional decision-making often suffered from a disconnect between those who made the decisions and those who were tasked with implementing them. Modern decision-making recognizes the importance of team involvement throughout the entire process. When teams are involved from the outset, they develop a deeper understanding of the problem, the options, and the rationale behind the final decision. This shared understanding leads to greater buy-in and commitment during the implementation phase. Moreover, diverse teams bring a wider range of perspectives and expertise to the table, leading to more creative and effective solutions. Team members can also draw on their individual strengths and networks to overcome challenges and drive results. Empowering teams to own the implementation process fosters a sense of accountability and ownership, resulting in a higher likelihood of success. Section 3. The feedback loop. Modern decision-making is not a linear process. It's a continuous cycle of learning and improvement. Feedback loops are essential for ensuring that decisions are aligned with goals, that they're being implemented effectively, and that they are delivering the desired results. Feedback should be gathered from multiple sources, including those responsible for implementing the decision, those affected by the decision, and those who can offer an objective perspective. This feedback should be collected regularly and used to make adjustments along the way. The key is to create a culture of psychological safety, where people feel comfortable sharing their honest feedback, both positive and negative. When people feel safe to speak up, organizations can identify and address problems early on, avoiding costly mistakes and maximizing the chances of success. Feedback loops help to create a culture of continuous learning and improvement, where decisions are seen as opportunities for growth and innovation. Embracing modern decision-making requires more than just new tools and frameworks. It requires a cultural shift. It requires organizations to create an environment where people feel empowered to challenge the status quo, to experiment, and to take risks. This means moving away from a culture of blame and punishment where mistakes are seen as failures. Instead, organizations need to foster a growth mindset where mistakes are viewed as opportunities for learning and development. Leaders play a critical role in creating this culture of courage. They need to model the behavior they want to see in others. They need to be willing to admit when they don't have all the answers, to seek out diverse perspectives, and to change course when necessary. Creating a culture of courage also requires transparency. Leaders need to communicate openly and honestly about the decision-making process, including both the successes and the failures. In the past, leadership was often associated with command and control. Leaders were expected to have all the answers and to make decisions unilaterally. In the modern world, leadership is less about having all the answers and more about asking the right questions. It's about creating the conditions for others to do their best work. This means empowering teams to make decisions, providing them with the resources and support they need, and creating a culture of accountability and feedback. Leaders also need to be skilled at navigating complexity and ambiguity. They need to be comfortable making decisions with incomplete information, and they need to be able to adapt quickly to changing circumstances. The most effective leaders will be those who can embrace both the art and science of decision-making. They will be data-driven and analytical, but they will also be intuitive and empathetic. They will be able to balance the need for speed and agility with the need for thoughtful consideration and stakeholder engagement. The evolution of leadership decision-making is not a spectator sport. It's a call to action for all of us to step up and lead differently. It's about moving beyond outdated models of command and control and embracing a more collaborative, agile, and data-driven approach. And this shift requires a willingness to learn and adapt, to challenge our assumptions, and to embrace new ways of thinking and working. It's about creating a culture of curiosity, experimentation, and continuous improvement. The first step on this journey is to reflect on your own decision-making processes. What are your strengths and weaknesses? What tools and frameworks could you benefit from? How can you create a more collaborative and data-driven decision-making culture within your team or organization? The next step is to take action. Start small, experiment, and learn from your mistakes. Don't be afraid to ask for help or to seek out guidance from others. The journey may be challenging, but the rewards are significant. By embracing the evolution of leadership decision-making, we can unlock our full potential as leaders. We can make better, faster, and more informed decisions that benefit our organizations, our communities, and the world. Remember, the future is not something that happens to us. It's something we create through the decisions we make today. Let's choose to make decisions that are bold, courageous, and forward-thinking. Next week, we'll delve deeper into the specific skills and qualities that leaders need to thrive in this new era of decision-making. We'll explore the importance of emotional intelligence, systems thinking, and adaptive leadership. Join us as we continue this important conversation and equip ourselves with the tools and insights we need to lead with confidence and clarity in the face of complexity and change. Together, let's embrace the future of leadership decision-making and create a world where bold ideas flourish and positive change is the norm.